am the Ronin Pawn, and this is Kerbal Space Program 1.0, or something like that. Hello everyone, welcome to chat. I see Casper, I see HQ Top Gun, Renegade B20, Kenneth 1, Jacob Worth 123, Wimpy Anteater, Chris Pumagataman, and I get, people might think I like Chris more than everyone else just because when I go to read that name, I go, Chris Pumagataman, I just love the Pumagataman. I'm gonna have characters and stories named Pumagataman. Welcome to version 1.0.2. Ladies and gentlemen, 1.0.2 with a number of little, tweaks and things and heat change. I believe they're changing the heat system a little bit. I believe they're tweaking some of the little, 1.0, huge number of additions and features added to the game. And, that comes with a huge number of bugs and glitches and unanticipated things when you hand it out to hundreds of thousands of players all at once, so... Yes, 1.02 is out. We're looking forward to 1.03, as we've already found some new glitches today on the Ronin Pawn channel at youtube.com/RoninPawn. But today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are starting our first career mode. What are we going to call it? I think we're going to call it the Twitch stream from HQ Top Gun. No, from hell. The way that you had to spell it on your calculator. Hang on, there we go. Because in school you're not allowed to. They'll find that. Let's throw up the RP Alpha. I'm gonna start a 1.0 career mode run from scratch here, ladies and gentlemen. Today on the Twitch.tv/RoninPawns. Yeah. JRMZR, I see you in chat. I see you, Stephen Goodrich. I see you, Captain Course. Captain Course, why are you so blunt? Why are you so coarse? Why do you rub me the wrong way, Captain Course? Oh, look, Gene has something to say. This is the Space Center. From here, you can kill everyone and blow things up. Wonderful. I say we've got a dirt runway. That's going to be very helpful. So here we are in the 1.0 career mode from the very start. Oh my god, Pawn, that's supposed to be 7734. This is Kenneth 1. Oh, crud. It's okay. No, that was, if you turn it upside down and backwards, then you can't even see it, so it's no problem. Let's head over to Mission Control. Hi, Gene. Yeah, you were saying something earlier. I kind of just talked right over the top of you. What were you saying? Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was rude earlier. You're just gonna sip your... Alright, let's all have a drink. Gene wants us to have a drink. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all have a drink together. I'm drinking a tea, which I have mixed up with a bit of tequila and triple sec. Because, yeah, we didn't have any land shark on hand. So, to chat, and to cheater 500,000, I counted the zeros in chat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in 3, 2, 1... You just got to sip that. I made it a little strong. We need to launch our first vessel, Gene, and we also would love to escape the atmosphere. And what else have we got? To gather scientific data from Kerbin? Oh, well, I can do that. I can do that. What do I... Receiver transmit any science experiment data from Kerbin? Well, we can do that before we can escape the atmosphere. Thank you, Gene. I think that's a new contract, or at least it's one that I've always glossed over and missed. Let's jump into the VAB and get her started, Ronin Pawn. How do you get started in 1.0? Well, I believe it involves fleas. Oh, look, it's Werner von Kerman. He says, this is the vehicle assembly building, where you can get everyone killed. Thank you, Werner. We're gonna need a command pod, and yes, I am using Ven's stock Revamp here. I just love the mod. So let's go ahead and put the lights on in Ven's. I love Ven's. It's just so shiny and pretty and new, and if you've been playing KSP for a while, then this just... It makes it glosses everything up in a whole new way. It makes your eyes go, yummy. So engines, a flea. I said there were going to be fleas involved. So one flea. Okay, I also have Tweakscale installed, and it's 1.2. So there's going to be a couple of this. He hasn't been working on Pellinor. Did a lot of good work getting this Tweakscale up and running for the 1.0, and there's new features here that allow you to scale anything pretty much completely freely, like even the 1.25, the meter, the inline parts, which used to you just went 1.25, 2.5, 5, and 7.5. Now you can do it at any scale that you want. So he's done a lot of good work, but there's still a little bit of a glitch here, so we've just run into one of them. We'll just fix this ourselves with a little offset and a little tweak scale. There we go, 1.5 meter. I'm pretty sure that's what that's supposed to be. Gonna want a parachute. Don't know who's flying this. Oh, look at that! Look at the Mark 16 parachute. It's got a new texture. Thank you, Ben. I like that. That's pretty. It's blue and tealy. It's very girly and boyish at once. I like it from both of my personalities. My subgenders are loving that. Cruz Pumagedaman, you are talking a lot in chat. What's going on? What's going on? I'm streaming everything. Like, you can actually see and hear me, because sometimes I start a live streaming, you can't. I'm not mocking your name. The @ makes everybody easy. What, @ Chris Pumagedaman? I don't normally use the @ but it makes it... I don't know what you're talking about, Kenneth. I'm just gonna carry on. Aerodynamics, should we have some basic fins to keep this? We don't need basic fins on a craft like... Oh, look at this! Look at the modular girder segment that Ben has in the new thing. Oh my god, and it's got little wires in it. It's got little wires in it. I put one of these on the helicarrier video. If you haven't seen my brand new, giant, bigger helicarrier yet, then get over to the Ronan Pawn channel on YouTube and look at it, because it's huge. And it only took us a month and a half or something building it. That is brilliant. I love that. Science? Oh my god, we get the mystery goo container right off the bat. Wonderful. Let's have 2 of these in snapping right underneath the Ronan Pawn logo. We're bringing all this down. And actually, okay, if we want this to land without blowing everything up, then we're going to need some of these modular girder segments. Thank you very much, Ben. In 3x symmetry and just for landing struts. There you go. Now we've got something to set down on. I like to do this. I like to play with thrust limiting on solid fuel stage, especially when I'm working with light craft, just to see how much I can get out of them. So we're going to have the maximum amount of solid fuel. I'm going to thrust limit it to 35. I'm absolutely just guessing here. I have no idea what that's going to be, but that's going to be our first craft. Everybody, what's the name of the first craft? I think it's going to be, first, craft, umlaut, no, I can't do, I don't know how to do it. Craft, shit. Wow, you're starting out at a great pace, Ronan Pawn. We're all gonna stay tuned for this. If you keep up like this. The first craft, oh wait, no, we might need a couple of those. That's Mark 1. First craft. Am I ready to go? Who's in the pod with me? Who do I get to take? I can take Jeb Bill Bob, or I could take Valentina Kerbin, who's a pilot and kind of a waste on this mission, because we're just coming up and going up and coming down. Let's take Bob. I never take Bob out. I was saying in a recent live stream, I never take Bob out. He's a scientist. Let's level him up in order to do some things. Okay, are we ready to go, everybody? No, because you haven't done your staging. I always forget on the first craft. I always forget to stage the parachute and go... and then everything dies. Which is what Werner was saying just a moment ago. Launch it, Ronan Pawn. Name it 1SR, says JR Mr. Z. I've already gone, and it's not JR Mr. Z, it's Germizer. First comment. Okay, it's daylight. You can turn the lights off. You're just burning electricity there. Okay, Bob Kerman, welcome to the pad in the 1.0. It's a bit, we did spill a little bit of just, it's motor oil down there. I'm sorry. So sent some boys out to get it up, but, you know, all the cat litter in the world just isn't getting it off. We don't know what's going on. Launch our first vessel, set an altitude record, and do some science. Bob, while you're on the ground here, could you do some science while you're flying over Kerbin? Over Kerbin's shores on that ladder? Still waiting for KSP devs to figure out some way to not make it so that when he's on a ladder of a ship over that it's flying. Because he's not flying. Or maybe he is, I don't know, maybe he's not even hanging on, maybe he's Jesus and he just floats. Go ahead and take that data and, yeah, just pop back into the ship, just get back in there. Okay, we got a little bit of data. Should we also, we'll have some mystery goo just from the pad, okay? Observation from the launch pad is worth 3 science. We're already doing great in terms of science, we haven't even launched yet. Bob, you're doing excellent. Okay, what does a flea SRB do with 35% of its regular thrust there? Houston, could you give us a countdown? Houston? There's no control tower. We haven't hired Houston yet in this playthrough. Oh my god. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go! 35% lift, and we're nice and slow going up, and that's going to last a good long time. And we have cleared our first contract, which is launch our first vessel, and we've set a speed record of 150 meters per second already, and that's at, you know, whatever it was that 35 on the thrust limiting, and we're going up, and we're going up, and we're going up, and we're out of liquid fuel. We got 3, 4, 5 at the top of this, just for the sake, I know it doesn't really matter, but at the top of wherever we're going. It looks like we're just going to make about 5.5 kilometers. Just guessing. Come on, I'm going to pop this mystery goo container whenever we hit our apoaps here. Apoaps is at 5.7 kilometers. Not exactly. There we go. Flying at Kerbin, worth 7 from that. Also, could we get a crew report, which I forgot to take on the ground as well, so we're going to take one of those. Do I have anything to any way to transmit? No, I don't. So this is the better thing to to do. Okay, there you go, Bob. You just need to somehow survive now. You don't look confident, Bob. Bob, you don't look like this is working out. Oh, look, it's lovely. Look at the shores. It's brilliant, Bob. Just check your radar. How are we doing on radar altitude? We're fine. We're fine, Bob. You're at 2 kilometers. Before you hit the ground, surely I can get away with it. Okay, we're at 1 kilometer at 180 meters per second. Go ahead and deploy the parachute. Flip us over a little bit, and poof! Parachute is out and deployed, and it's pretty as... Look at that! It's a lovely, lovely little parachute. We're coming down at 8 meters per second. It's a darn good thing that I tacked those, whatever these are, the structural bits on there for landing gear. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Are we gonna come down on the runway, on the, whatever that's called, the slipway, the amusement park theme ride? What do you call that again? The something way. It's the something way. The slide way. The squirrely way. I don't know. But Bob, you have returned at all in one piece, and everything is great and good and grand. We've got the one crew report. Is that all? We can only store one, can't we? Yeah, and that's a better one. And I can't transmit. Cannot transmit that. They just no. Just review it and make sure, because I don't have an antenna here. Can I transmit the data? No comms device. Yeah, I can't. But I can get Bob Kerman out of the craft and get him on the ground. Here you go. Okay, and slam his face into just the wiring there that was in the things. And Bob, would you mind taking a report from standing on the launch pad? Didn't you already get... No, you were flying over the launch pad. Okay, now we've got you standing at the launch pad. Just get back in the ship now. Just get back in the ship. You could actually do this. Oh my god, Bob! Bob, can you do this? I haven't clamored with the Kerbals yet. Come on, come on! Ooh, you almost had it. Okay, get back in the ship, just for the sake of it. Come on. Yeah! I did it! I did it! Bob, get back in this ship! You're brilliant! You did it, mate! In fact, you're so brilliant. Why don't you get back out and see if we can't find out what the hell this slipway is? The crawler way says non-momentous in chat. Thank you. Bob's gonna go over here and see if he can't discover the crawler way. Maybe take up, do a little digging and pull up some night crawlers from the crawler way, and that'll count as science for us. Is this the crawler way? Does this count, or are we still on the launch pad? Let's try and dig in the concrete here. Just do a concrete analysis for me. No, we're still on the launch pad. Come on, let's go over here. Surely over on the crawlerway there will be more science for us. This is how we're going to play career mode on the live stream, everybody. I hope you're not in any hurry. I was hoping... What are we talking about? I need to know how far you are able to answer something, and they're talking and it's not involving me. Peter Taylor, you're in chat. EVA and take the crew report, then take another, says Peter Taylor. And take another, and take another. Okay, surely this now is the crawlerway. Okay, you can climb, but you can't jump and run. Dude. I mean, you know, you ain't got no game. Okay, this has got to be crawlerway. From the crawlerway. There you go. We'll keep the data. We will recover you as a vessel, Bob Kerman. And we got lots of science off of that. Good lord. Pawn, at least use physics warps, says Kenneth. No, you're going to watch me walk. So Bob was carrying apparently 7.5-ish science just in his pockets. Very nice, thank you. And you gain an XP just for going up and coming down, Mr. Scientist Man. First Cruft, let's recover you as well. And you were carrying 22.3 science in your pockets, and you brought back everything that we sent up except for the fuel. So 3,000 and some funds are returned to us. Wonderful. Let's go to the science place where they keep the sciencey people and look at the new science tiers. This is so brilliant. Now that you can see all of the science in the 1.0, you can actually sort of plan how you're going to get to certain places and do things. That if you're a person who's smart and intelligent and plans things. I'm not, so why don't we have that and that, because they're cheap and they're right there. And we've still got some for one more tier. I think we can afford at least one more of these tiers. So what do we want? General Rocketry, which would give us the big SRBs, and the Beagle, the little LV-900. That could be very useful for getting into and getting our first orbit. Stability for aviation, that gives us the decouplers. That's not particularly useful at this stage for what I'm planning. I told you I'm not planning. Or a heat shield. We're gonna need a heat shield, but we're not. Are we gonna leave the atmosphere? We might need that heat shield. We'll definitely need those parachutes. And service bays are cool. It's between general rocketry and survivability. I don't value your lives very much, gentlemen. We're going for general rocketry. Okay, surely you will survive. Or if you won't, it will be fun for the live stream. Okay, so we did that. We cleared those 2 contracts, didn't we? We sent a distance records of 5,000. We didn't achieve a land distance of 5 kilometers from the KSP. Well, we went up 5 kilometers from the KSP. What's your problem? Gather scientific data from Kerbin. We did that. We cleared both of those contracts out. Active contract 0. Now we need to escape the atmosphere and orbit Kerbin, which we will do one at a time. I'm not going to rush through any of this. This is going to be nice, slow. Nice. You suck, Paul. You gave us no booms. This is Chris Pumageddon. Well, just wait for it. I mean, we've got a long live stream here, and there's a lot of Ronan Paul to deal with. So, let's get rid of that, and shall we use the Mark 1 cockpit now? No, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's strap some fuel to this thing, because that's usually helpful if we're going to try and get out of atmosphere. I don't know exactly how many of these I need. Every time I restart from scratch, I kind of have to relearn how the little things work again. So, the Beagle, once we get up into space, maybe we could get in orbit with this. Do you guys want to try to get in orbit with this? What if we did, like, so, and did I get the, decouplers? Yes, I've got decouplers, so we could do one of these. This would be just the orbital. Once we're up there, we use that to get the orbit, and below that, come on, dink, more, dink, 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 and dink. That's a lot of liquid fuel now. How are we doing? 1139.6 tons on the pad. We're still lightweight. We're sleek and aerodynamic. We wear pumps, and we don't care what people think about us. The LT30 or the swivel? No, we want the 30 for the power. So there's our getting up and going there stage. I don't have, I didn't get the radial decouplers, so if we're going to have any SRB, it's got to be in line at this point. Or I could just strap it to there and carry the weight, but that seems rather ill-efficient. So, we've got the RT-10 hammer. We've got, oh, there's a 20? I didn't know there was a 20. Is this a Ven's thing, or is this new in the 1.0? Tell me, because is there another? I didn't realize that there were more stages of rocket. I knew about the flea, but I didn't realize there was a middle bit, because that is the perfect amount for our pencil ship, apparently, that we're flying up right now. And we're at 15.3 tons. We can still strap things on. Tell me in chat right now, are these in the 1.0, or is that something Ven does? Because Ven does add some really nice bits to the craft. I'm going to put some of these, some basic fins just at the bottom, because why not? We've got the space, we've got all the other things, so we're doing that. Utilities, we've got, this is a mass of 0.05, this is a mass of 0.1, this is, what's the difference here? This is the drogue chute. Okay, that's the drogue chute. I just didn't recognize it because it's pretty now with orange, and that's when the blue. What else have we got? The 20 is part of the revamp. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I like that. Ven, you're awesome. You're the man. You are the man. Also, if we're going to be coming down in this, we saw that we were getting a little bit too much speed when we came back down, so we're going to need another decoupler in that stage. We'll just come down with that, and as long as we're going up there, might as well take a bit of science with us, Ronan Paul. And I love that the mystery goo containers are now smaller. I do not love that they still manage to block the RP symbol. That is my logo. That is how we market, people. There's no blocking my marketing. It must be as it is. So we're going to push it very, very high in a very silly, stupid way. Okay, 21 parts, still 15 and a half. Can I have some more basic fins? I don't know. Why not? Why not? You know, we've got here, we'll put these at the at that stage, and then we'll have even more fins. 25 and 30. Anything else I can tack on? Yes, Ronan Pawn, you could have an antenna, which would be good for all kinds of goodness. So I have an antenna over here, just on the back. Is that the back? Is it central in the back? Yes, that's central in the back. And I didn't realize I've got the Science Junior. I don't think I can hold the Science Junior. It's very weighty, isn't it? Well, no, it's very lightweight. 0.2? Maybe I can get that on our upper stage here. It's going to explode when we try to land with it, but maybe I can get it up there. We'll get it up, and then we'll clear it out of all the science. In fact, now that's a better idea. That's a better idea. Let's have it so that we throw it away when we're done using it, right? But we can collect the science from it and get back in. Isn't that the way that works, everybody? So we can get out. We'll be in space. We won't be able to get out because the Kerbals don't get out in ever since 90. Okay, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for jumping in. Fox Jump 12 has just joined us in the chat. Hello, Fox Jump 12. Everybody, give him a cookie. Say hello to Fox Jump 12. Welcome to the stream. So that is going to come down, and then we're not going to have... Do I have room for more landing legs? We'll use these in place of landing legs again. Maybe we can keep this thing alive, I think. In fact, we could do this... I know aerodynamics is now a thing, too, so you got to think about that, Ronan Paul. What if we just had two of them, and they're just there to, you know, bump us a little bit, so when we hit the ground, we don't smash into the ground. We just kind of hit it, and then we fall over. What do you think of that? I like that, because it's foolish and unwise, and it's going to be giving us weird drag that's not going to work at all, Ronan Pawn. It's a really bad idea, and you don't have any... You can't take that down because of... It's heat shields. HQ top and Pawn, do not do the Science Junior without heat shields if you're going into orbit. That's gonna explode. Yeah. Yeah, that just occurred to me as well. Okay, so we need this, we need that on the bottom, and we won't be able to get out while we're up there, because we'll be off of Kerbin. Can you get out when you're in atmosphere? When you're off the surface of Kerbin, but you're in atmosphere, can I still get out of the ship in the 1.0? Because if I can, then I might be able to slip out while we're high in atmosphere, grab the science from the Science Junior. I'm going to take it up and try it, because by the time you guys tell me, no, Pawn, don't do that, it's stupid, you're stupid, everything is stupid, stop it, I'll already be there. Anyway, we've got to have some explosions, or else Chris Pumageddon is going to tune out and unsubscribe. So, there you go, there's my ship. Pawn forgets the heat shield, don't tell him. I don't think I bought a heat shield. So, yeah. We don't, Alpha Epic, I'm going up there without heat shield. We don't need heat shields. We're just going, we're probably not going to make an orbit, to be honest. We're gonna give it a try. We're gonna give it our first try. So this is going to be orbital, orbital long shot Mark 1. Alright? Thank you. And, okay, we're gonna name this. We're gonna, in the description, we're gonna say, this is for my bestest friend in the world, comma, JRMZR. and then parentheses, not to put off everyone else. Seriously, I'm just trying to be funny here. I'm not intentionally rude. It's just the way I was raised. I'm now totally wasting your time with this. So, what did you guys do this weekend? Save and launch the crab. No, stage the crab first. Okay, so boom, and then we go to this stage, and boom, and then we drop all of those stages at once. For some reason, that doesn't sound like a good idea. I don't like that idea. So then we drop this stage, and hopefully there's an engine in there somewhere that I put, and boom, right? So boom, 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 and then drop that, and then da boom. Okay, I think we're good. Save. I thought we had wow, Pawn. Wow. They're all just like, Jesus, really? Wow, Pawn, you're so mean. It's the secret, everybody. You're my favorite person of all people. I was, oh god, I'm breaking my ship now. Just get out of the VAB. Everything has gone bad since you went out of the Oh god, I probably just broke all my staging. I'm still doing some homework, says Laxterman555. Good. My constant talking about nothing in particular whilst playing a video game based on rocket science isn't going to distract you at all from that, is it? Laxterman555. It's not going to. Why did you leave the lights on? I told you, you're just wasting electricity. I don't even know if it uses electricity. We're turning the lights off. Bob. Why did I bring Bob? Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I need a pilot. If we're going to go to orbit, I need... Okay. We're going to be fine, everybody. We're going to be fine. And we're going to be fine in exactly... Yeah, there's no SAS, Pawn. I just did that out of habit. In 3, 2, 1... Goodbye, Bob. Okay, and we're up and away, and wow, that didn't have a whole lot of thrust to it, but we're getting up, we're doing a thing. I'm going to throttle all the way up, because apparently I have made a rather tall crash. Whoa, careful there, Paul. You know what, I'm going to switch over to fine controls here. About halfway through our solid fuel, we're at 500 meters. We've generated 70 meters per second worth of speed. It's not going completely and totally horribly, just mostly completely and totally horribly. Okay, you're pulling over to the left. Don't do that, Bob. Bob, we need to not die on the first mission would be really helpful right now, Bob. I'm going to slow down. Oh my god, it wants to pull over to the left, and Bob, you really can't do anything about it. I'm holding down right, completely right. Well, it's because of fine controls. Take fine controls off, Pawn. Take fine controls off, Pawn. There, no, that's not helping at all either. Oh, crap. Oh, crappity crap. Crap on a crap cracker, and crap, Bob, you're not going to survive this. I should have put the swivel. I should have put the swivel on, or I shouldn't have taken Bob. We're going way too fast already, Bob. I'm slowing you down. Hey, first altitude record, 7,500 meters achieved. Cool, Bob, at least you can say that. We'll put that on your headstone in the graveyard out back the KSC, because that's pretty much how this is going right now. Okay, we've hit 11 kilometers. I would love to be banking down right now, and I am, just as fast as Bob can pull it off. Oh, wow. Things have changed quite a bit in the 1.0 since I was in the pre-release version of it, and physics and aerodynamics and drag are now serious. They're getting serious on me. Okay, 17 kilometers, and I have no SAS, and very little control wheels on this. Hey, 19 kilometers achieved. Good going, Bob. We're just going straight up, apparently. You know what? We'll just escape the atmosphere this time. We won't worry about an orbit. How does that sound, Bob? Okay, we're getting into high areas. I'd love to take some science right now, but I think that if I do, we're all going to die. By which I mean Bob is going to die. Throttle all the way up. Burn all that fuel. We're high enough. Ooh, all kinds of records coming in right now, Bob. Pull us down the ball, please, for the love of all things. There you go. And now, can we maintain our speed with this tiny little engine that we've got on here carrying all this weight? And the answer to that question, Ronan Pawn, is absolutely not at all. Good work. Okay, but we probably can take a little crew report from up here, where in the upper atmosphere. That sounds good. Just keep that. No, go ahead and transmit that data. We've got lots of we don't have as much electricity as I had thought. Bob, that was a bad idea. Why did you do that? We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Get back on your prograde, Bob. We've certainly made space. Okay, we have certainly made. Oh my God, we've got so much liquid fuel remaining. We could get in orbit with this. Are we in space? No, we're not in space, but we're getting there. Okay, get back on the ball. Tell Bob to actually hold on the eastward direction on the bubble. I don't think we're actually going to get up there, Bob, if you don't bank up really, really hard right now. This engine does not have a lot of power, a lot of thrust, or speed. We're not generating it. We need to get out of space basically entirely before this engine would be of any help in trying to get us in orbit, Mr. Bob Kerman. What's going on in this mode where things are actually happening? I don't think this is going to be an orbit, Bob. You can't even get past 667 meters per second. Okay, you can. You're doing it. You're working it, Bob. It's working out very well for you. Shall we take some mystery goo from up here to upper atmosphere? The goo is getting cold now. We'll take that. That's very nice. Probably. No, we'll save the materials bay for space, because we're going to make space, aren't we? But yes, we are! Brilliant! How much fuel have we got left? Oh, tons! By which I mean not a lot at all. No. It might orbit, maybe, possibly, says it's a secret to every pony. No, it won't orbit, Pawn. Sorry, says Jacob Orth. Oh, come on! You've got to have an upbeat attitude. Like Pony there. Take a tip from Pony. And we've made space! We have made space. SpaceX has launched us up. Yes, SpaceX launch us up. I think I don't really have the liberty of actually killing my engines coming up to my apoaps. I need to just keep burning. Just keep burning, because by the time I get to my apoaps, it's gonna be just rushing at me so quickly, because this engine doesn't have a lot of juice in it. Okay, we're in space. That's good. Can we get some data very quickly? Very quickly. Observe the materials bay. Yes, take whatever that. It's microgravity. Cool. Take that as well. All right. How are we doing on the apoaps? I am keeping it far out in front of the ship. I'm gonna bank down a little bit. Not that much. Ronan Pawn 30. We've got 98 in some liquid fuel in order to actually just need to keep the apoaps out in front of us. 30 degrees in the bubble. It might actually work. Oh God. Oh God. Come on. No, not 30 degrees on the bubble. Okay, 35 degrees on the 40 degrees on the bubble. 40 in order to hold the apoaps at 45. Do I hear 45? 45, 50? Bids for 50. Now taking bids for 50. Come on, you can do this. You can get to the... No, you can hold your apoaps, please. Please hold your apoaps. We are, still gaining speed. Okay, I've got the apoaps. It's holding, and it's going to come back on us now, which means I can get out here and look at sort of crew report. Don't go up the ball anymore. You're in space, man. Don't go up the ball anymore. Can I get another crew report and just hang on to that one, Bob? Okay, have we gotten all the science that we need? Chat, tell me. There is no way in Hades, not even in 4377, that we're getting actual orbit around the planet here. But, we're getting a land distance record of 100 kilometers achieved. Maybe there's one for 200 kilometers, and maybe that's the reason why we're still doing this. I don't know. We've got to empty the tanks anyway, so why not? We've still got 50 units of liquid fuel left, and we've almost got 1/8 of the planet circularized. So, yeah, Jacob Orth, you were right, Wimpy Anteater. What are you doing being so optimistic about this? This isn't going to work. It's a Ronan Bond program. I didn't have a lot of hope for getting a orbit off of that. I usually don't try to get the orbit, and I don't want to cheat this time. Well, it's not cheaty, it's cheatsy. But I don't want to do my whole trick with using jet engines to land on the moon while you're still on the lower pad. So we have this data, but I don't want to drop this stage until I see if Bob Kerman can get out when he's in atmosphere, come down here, grab the data, and then pop back into the ship. Also, he could take an EVA report if that's a thing. I'm guessing they took that out of the 1.0. I'm just taking a guess there, but, you know. Hey, it only costs us money and, you know, mass and an orbit that we're not going to make dragging it up here, so maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Bob might survive if the craft doesn't burn up and land on land, says Laxterman 555. It'll be fine on land, maybe. Bob will die, there's no heat shield. Listen, there's surely a little bit of ablative shielding on this thing. It'll be fine. It'll be... Oh, I think we're out of fuel. We are out of fuel, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of our fuel. We do have a little bit... Look, we've got 1/10 of a unit of liquid fuel, 1/100th of a unit of liquid fuel left, but we ran out of oxidizer. Okay, this is the thing, Bob. We gotta time this ever just so. If you can EVA while you're in atmosphere, then I need you to get out, grab this data, and then pop back in before everything goes tits up. Also, while you're out there, could you also grab your own sort of an EVA report? I really don't think that's the thing. Everybody, every pony, don't put sense into him. What does every pony say? Pawn, save some fuel for the final landing. No, I'm not landing on that. I'm gonna ditch that stage, and then we'll have the ablative heat shielding that isn't on the Mark 1 command pod anymore, apparently. When did they take that off? That was in the pre-release. I remember. Okay, we're entering back into atmosphere. Bob, ready? Get out and go ahead. Well, you're off Kerbin service. You can't. Yeah. Okay, well then that data is just lost. It's just completely and totally lost unless I won't be able to transmit it anyway. Yeah. Yeah, look at how much that was worth, too, to have that. It's fine, we don't need it at this stage. What we need, instead, at this stage, is to somehow manage to survive coming back down into the atmosphere. I have not played I have not played career mode in the 1.0, people. I've played it in the pre-release, the 1 point not quite oh, the 1 point -1. So I don't know what's going to happen. I do know, however, and I love this, if I do this just right and angle myself just so, when I de-stage this, then, no, like down here, right about, just a little bit above 270 I think will be good, right about there. Then we can now watch that burning up as we head back toward the surface of Kerbin. Also going to burn up probably our goo canisters and also Bob Kerman in the ship here. I love the effects of the new. I love watching things burn up. You drop them into the atmosphere. What Jacob Worth says, I think it'll work. Pawn just what are you saying? You can bring it down like it is, says Kenneth 1. Keep the stage because of 2 words, crumple zone, says Peter Taylor, and the landing bricks will make it more unstable, says Alpha Epic 11. Jacob Worth 123 says, I think it will work. Those sentences were clearly said before I pressed the space button. Eh? What, eh? I don't know, should we time warp at all, physics warp? I think we're just going to give Bob the courtesy of, you know, watching this come down, as it is. How you doing, Bob? How you doing? What's your height? Your height is a lot, and, okay, we're definitely catching some atmosphere now. I see the ball sort of rolling. Bob, if you have any snacks or anything, if you'd like to make a final phone call, what is that? What is that? Ooh, no, get out of here, because I can now see our stuff. Where's our stuff? There it is. It's burning off at the distance. I love it. I love it. Okay. Yeah, there is heat shielding there, right? Why wouldn't you put a heat shield on the bottom of a pod? I mean, surely there's a heat shield. We're only going 1,400, 1,200 meters per second. We'll be fine. We will be fine. These probably won't. The goo canisters, no. But, I mean, Bob, look, we're already slowing down. We're already losing. Yes, Bob, you're gonna survive. See, Chad, you're so pessimistic. Look, even the goo canisters survived. Ah, rest in peace, science, says JRMZR. No, rest in peace, nothing. Rest in peace, yeah, rest in peace, that science. Okay, you're right. Rest in peace, that science. But not this science. We did manage to keep the goo canisters anyway. And we're coming down at a very nice speed, 200 and some meters per second. Okay. Hey, that was a success. That was a stunning and startling success of stupidity and other things that start with S and have a T in them. I'm going to deploy my parachute at, I guess, 5 kilometers. Sound good? Sound good, everybody? Parachute into drogue mode at 5K. There you go. And we'll just bring her down as we watch the orbital long shot mark. Well, it was a long shot, everybody. We knew that. We always knew that. Are you going to blow up down there? Are you going to blow up down there somewhere? Hit the splash. Splash down already. Come on. Come on. Go boom. Go. You're the only boom we're going to get right now. Come on. Give us a boom. Boomy boom. Kersplunkel. Is it gone? I think it's gone. No. Oh, there it is. Thank you. I always satisfy. Okay, what are we at now? 90 meters per second, parachute about to deploy at 500. Poof! And wow, it takes like 250 meters for the parachutes to deploy in the new drag system, but we're coming down at a very slow speed. That's perfect. We're going to be fine for a water landing in this. Brilliant. Go ahead and physics warp us down. We are over water, so I can just watch this and know that we're going. I don't have to pay attention to, you know, anything ever. Okay, 70 meters, 50 meters, 40 meters, 30 meters, 20 meters, and Bob Kerman in the water. Kersplunkel, and we keep all of our science, and we get money back for a little bit of that. Bob, as long as you're out here, I know how much you like to swim. So, first off, get a report whilst flying over Kerbin's waters, because you are on a ladder. Take that data, and then let's just go first. In fact, if you stand right here, are you swimming now? Does that count as swimming? Oh, I gotta put it in the pod. Gotta put the one in the store, the experiment, and Bob, are you swimming while standing on the pod? You are in Kerbin's water. Yes, you are, which means we don't actually have to take a dip. Whee! Take a dip anyway. Oh my god, Bob Kerman! What happened? It's just water, man. It's just water. Chill out. Okay. Yes, we're swimming. And we're getting nice little Bobby swimmy effects, too. This is nice. This is good. Can you climb back on, Bob? I assume that you can climb back on. Whoa! Big jump from the Bob Kerman. Get back on the ship, Bob. There you go. Come on, climb up, climb up. I know you can clamber. Clamber. I don't want to have to recover you and then the ship, okay? We're not sending out 2 crafts in order to recover you, Bob Kerman. You're not that valuable to the space agency. Come on, board. Come on, come on. Just get up there, Bob. But jump, Bob. There you go. And in the craft, Bob Kerman. Thank you. That was brilliant. Ronan Pawn, you make the best things. Oh my god, it's already nighttime. Recover vessel. How did we do? Can you check whether swimming gives a different report than standing? This is non-momentous. I need not check it. It does not. Standing on water is a trick that he learned from the Tibetan monks in the mountains, but it does recover the same sort of science. We learned 40 science from going up and coming down, and we got back a little bit of money from that, and Bob Kerman has gained absolutely no experience points. Bob, that was your last mission. We're not taking frickin' scientists on pilot missions anymore, especially since now what we need to do is actually orbit the planet. Are there any more missions available to... Yes, there are quite a few more missions available to me now that I've left atmosphere. Hello, Gene. Would you like... Yes, let's all grab a sip of our drinks, Gene. I will join you. Captain Core says, upgrade the astronaut complex for EVA in space. That would be a good idea. Techno Let's Go says, I literally joined this while watching a video. Heard that he did his stream at 4. Welcome, Techno Let's Go! And Kenneth1 is talking to HQ Top Gun, saying things about stuff, and I don't know. Let's look at, can I pick up any of these missions and do them while we're trying to get in orbit? Can I also clear my throat live on the stream? RT-10 hammer, solid fuel booster at launch site. Yes, I can absolutely use a hammer. I will use that hammer if I... You know what? I mean, if I had a hammer, I would hammer in the morning. I would hammer in the noontime. I would hammer in the evening. I would hammer that hammer all over this land. I'd hammer if I had a hammer. We're going to take the hammer mission because that'll be an easy one to complete. And we're going to head back over to the science and see what we've got in terms of buying things. We've got enough for both of these tiers. We need the radial decouplers if we're going to get to orbit. We apparently need the heat shields if everyone's going to survive. And the service base would be good as far as our research actually surviving. So I'm going to take both of those tiers, which leaves me in a bad way. I don't think I can afford any of the others. They start at 45. Yes, Ronan Pawn, you cannot afford any more science. Where are we going from here? We're going back to the VAB. Should I upgrade anything? You were suggesting, why don't you upgrade the thing in order to get the thing and the stuff? It's only 75k to upgrade the astronaut complex, and then we can do EVAs and space. Yeah, Yeah, good call, Captain Course. It's hammer time, says Captain Course. Have you guys seen what is it, Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog with the Patrick Neil Harris? Have you seen the Harris Neil Patrick? Have you seen that? Because there's a hammer in it. There's Mr. Hammer, and he makes a very funny joke that would be rather blue of me to make right now, so I'm not going to do it. Is there anything else that I should upgrade whilst I'm here? That costs too much money. I don't like you. This does not cost that much money, only 75k, but it's a bit of a challenge to try and get an orbit without upgrading it, so let's do it that way. Into the BAB with us. Hammer time. Dun 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 dun. Says Fuzzy991. Let's get in a vehicle that actually will get to orbit now, Running Point. You've got all the things you need except for all the things you need. First off, step one, why is the vessel over there? Get in the middle of my screen, if you don't mind. Somewhere in that general direction. Okay, we've collected science from space, and we're just going back to space. So, there's really no good reason to have these goo containers, is it? Is there? I mean, what else am I going to get? Maybe when I land somewhere I could collect a little science. Tell you what, maybe what we'll do is we'll have the, where is it? What is it? It's a utility, right? And it's the service bay. We'll have the small service bay on the bottom of here, and we'll tack in one of these goo containers. I think just one is really all that we would need, right? Excuse me, gentlemen, get out of there. Oh my god, there's no... Oh, that's cool, there's no bottom to the service bays now? That's cool, except for it sucks. Why would you do that? No, it's cool. I like it. I'm not complaining. I don't have anywhere to attach anything, but I can attach it to the bottom of the pod, I suppose. So that's probably middle-ish, sort of. Actually, if I do that, then that'll give me a better idea of if it is middle-ish. And it is. That's fine. That's not going to throw our weight off completely and horribly and totally. Yeah, that's not middle-ish. That's not middle-ish. Okay, let's do this the right way. If you want it right dead in the middle, then you do like a little bit like this. You look up at it and you just... There! Perfect! Except for now I've got two of them. There we go! That's a perfect central thingamajigger there. It's also penetrating, which I cannot have. Will not have it. There we go! That's cool! That's cool. Maybe there's some other things we can stick in there. Maybe our antenna. We could have our antenna sort of popping out of... If I angle it, okay, no, not that way. No, not that way. This way. Okay, we'll have our antenna. Am I snapped? Yes, I'm snapped. We'll have our antenna like that, and it'll pop out in... We could have two antennas. I mean, shoot, we've got the... We don't need two antennas. One antenna poking out like that, and then we can open the pod and send our transmissions and stuff like that. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. Anything else? Could I actually fit the Science Junior in that, so that it doesn't explode? No, you couldn't. Shall we take a Science Junior this time and try to actually bring it down? We have the better things, all of the better things now. We have the better parachutes. Let's throw some parachutes on while I'm saying that, otherwise we'll forget. Put some radial mounted parachutes on the side of, actually, on the side of the that. Yeah. We've got a little goo, we've got a little bit of that for the science that we failed to collect last time. We're gonna get in orbit this time, everybody. Gonna get in orbit, not even joking. How about just one of these for making our orbital burn, along with the smaller, the Beagle, which looks so pretty thanks to Ven, doesn't it? I love that little inner tube thing. What is this Dachshund? What is the Dachshund? It's a max thrust of 398? Where did I get the Dachshund? This has got to be a Ven thing too. This is a more powerful engine than either of these two engines. These max out at 200, 215, and already I've got the Dachshund. Liquid fuel engine. The LVT-15 Dachshund is one of the earliest rocket engines on our records, breaking altitude records and bones alike. Even today, this old stinker is still competitive after all this time by having the highest TWR of the LVT series, but at the cost of the engine's nozzle being blasted away over time, not to mention its inability to throttle itself. What? At least we've figured out how to cool our engines by now. Oh my god! So it's like... it can't throttle itself? Is this basically a nozzle that turns liquid fuel into an SRB? Is that what we're talking about? That's cool. Well, I might have to consider using that. But it's hurting my brain right now just considering it, so no. Can we get some landing legs on this? They're just micro landing strips. What's the impact tolerance of these? Crash tolerance of 10? I think that's good. I think I can actually bring this thing down at 10 meters per second. Let's just try and get these as low as we possibly can. This is just for landing, in case we land on land, which... we shouldn't, but we might. Will they extend beyond the... not really. Yeah, pull them down a little bit more. It's fine. We'll just have them sort of, you know, hanging out there into space. Can I just, yeah, a little bit of, just make it look better for my brain so that I don't have conniptions later? No. No, it looks best like that. Alright, we'll leave it like that. So I may pull those off in just a minute. I realize we're working with a part count here, because I didn't upgrade the pad. And I don't want to! I want to do this with apparently just 16 parts in order to get us to all the other places. Hey, you decided to tune in. What else have we got going on then? Now we've got, don't need this here at whole. Thank you very much. Goodbye to you. So we've got, this whole stage also unnecessary. Goodbye to you. Yeah. So now we've got the SRB, which I don't think that we want that. No, we don't want that. We need to test the smaller SRB. We've got a contract for that. Do I have any SAS? Did I pick up any SAS with this? Inline RCS block. RCS could be helpful, but I don't have anything to actually, you know, use for spraying the RCS out there. Well, then that's not useful at all. That does, however, remind me to drag the monopropellant out of here, because we're not going to be using it. Just weight that we're carrying up unnecessarily. So, what are you doing, Ronin Pawn? The fins, I think, probably reduced my maneuverability in the last one. We wanted the swivel after our last experience. I think would be a good idea. Fuel tanks. Give me another fuel tank, because we need more liquid fuel. And we will be able to take up more SRBs this time in a way that kind of actually makes sense, which I will do using the smaller SRBs, I think, all over the place. I think that makes sense. Just use the small ones. So, 2 of you sort of near the bottom. SRBs, just the hammers. We want to test hammers here. So, hammer time. There we go. And is that in? That doesn't look right. I think I put that on wrong. Are you right? You're right. So now get on there straight and true. Brilliant. And I think also, why not have a stack decoupler at the bottom with one of these? Okay, so now we got 3 of those. In fact, this is stupid then. Don't put that in the middle. Put it all the way down here. And now everybody's going to say, what? No, don't do that. That's going to be... No, you don't want doing that. Road pull. No, 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 no. Is RP uploading this on YouTube, says Techno Let's Go? It depends on how it comes out. We've already gone over mass. So, no, we're not. We've already gone over mass, which means I have to lose some fuel here. Yeah, I could just remove this SRB. I like the idea of all these SRBs, because what I would do is I would fire these 2 first, okay, and then I would have the middle one like so, right? So you 2 need to wire, you need to decouple not there, but there, and then you need to decouple up here when we use the swivel, which is going to give us more maneuverability, and then things and stuffing guys, and then up here that would decouple as well, and then all of the parachutes once this decouples, and then that fires, and then the parachutes and the landing. Okay, I don't think this is getting to space, and I know that we're overweight, which means that we would have to remove one of these in order to go up. We're still overweight, which means that we would have to remove one of these and replace it with one of these in order to go up with this amount of liquid fuel. I may have one too many engines for this whole thing. It's still overweight, Ronin. Okay, we need to not have any of that, and then we need to go, and we're still overweight, Ronin. It's a challenge! I want the challenge. I like the challenge of it. Right click and then lower the amount of fuel in it, says Wimpy Anteater. Yes. 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 You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to thrust limit this down to, say, 75. We'll have 100 on both of those going at the same time, and then this one lasts a little bit longer, the liquid fuel stage. I think, actually, I'm going to lower the fuel in this final SRB. There we go. Okay, so we've got that one SRB. I think also it would probably be a good idea, just in case those 2 SRBs aren't giving us lift, to have that staged separately, and then those 2 deploy, and then we go to that one when this one is completely out. I'm not sure if that thrust limiting is going to be good. Let's go back up to 80. Let's go back up to 80, because it is carrying the weight of all of that. Okay, what haven't I brought that I have and that I need? I've got a curb cam. I can store a Kerbal in the curb can? Awesome! Not today. Not right now. What else? Utilities. Basic fin, winglet, Does the winglet have... No, it's just a lift control... Nose cones! Nose cones are great when they fit. Give me an aerodynamic. Give me one of those. Yes. No. What have you done? What have you done? You're snapping in the wrong way. There you go. Okay, the nose cones for the aerodynamics. And heat shield. I forgot the frickin'... You guys were gonna let me go up without heat shields? I'm overweight again. I need to... How do I do this? I need another decoupler in here. Oh my god, Rodent Point, you're just adding weight. There is no way that this thing is making orbit, Rodent Point. Shut up. Shut up, it'll work. I swear it'll work. It's not gonna work. Okay, so we got a heat shield, then we decouple that. This is that little just kick us around the planet stage. It's just a little barely kind of please push us around the planet. I don't know. We're well overweight now with the heat shield and everything else. We're so far overweight. How much would I have to drain out of this in order to get back to... That's thrust limiting, Rodent Pawn, that's not your fuel. How much would I have to drain out of this in order to get... That's gimbal limiting, Rodent Pawn. How much would I have to drain out of this in order to get back to... I can take it off. A lot. A lot. It's almost not even worth having it there. Yeah. Yeah, let's go back up to 100 thrust and I will have it there anyway. Okay, remove the legs. Remove the legs? Really? And just make sure we set down in water? Okay, good idea. Removing the legs, and we get 1 ton back from removing the legs. That was Peter Taylor, by the way, suggesting I remove the legs. And now I can get a little bit more fuel back into the ship. Not a lot, but any will be good. Come on, 17.9, 18, and green. That's what we're going for. The legs are wrong. Oh, snap. Just come down in water, right? I mean, listen, we've got 3 parachutes at that point. As long as we come down in water, the Science Junior has an impact tolerance of all of 6 meters per second. Surely we will be fine. Surely we will be fine. Pawn, help me. It was a joke. Jacob Orth, what was it? Twerk is most... What are you... What? Jacob Orth, 1, 2, 3. You sicken me. It's a secret to everybody says. Twerk is most entertaining. Okay. So this is the... orbital, longer shot, Mark 1. Wow, Pawn. You really can drag out a simple build. And this is not getting an orbit. Who votes in chat that this is getting an orbit? Okay, raise your hand in chat if you think this is actually going to get an orbit. Peter Taylor says, I meant remove Bob's legs. They weigh 2 tons, not the way... Fins for controls, says Captain Course. I don't think the fins were really helping me. They're not... They don't have control surfaces to them. I think they were preventing me from actually being able to... what's the mass on these? 0.01. Okay, we'll have a basic fin. We'll just have 2 of them on the thing, and we're overweight again. Thanks. 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 Who was it? Thanks, Captain Course. Thanks, we're out of fuel again. I gotta lower the fuel again back down to 180, or what is it? How much can I get? How much can I get? 181.8. Okay. I'll just have a couple of those that will help us sort of bank left and right. That's the only thing that I got. Raise his hand, only if you pilot it good. Wow, Fuzzy and Lumwonder 11 thinks that it will land. TH the Hacky says absolutely, not at all. And JRMZR has just put a, ASCII character into chat. It's just a block. I don't know what you were trying to say. Lowers hand, says Alpha Epic 11. It's a secret to every pony. Thinks about raising his hand, but then realizes it's Rodent Poland we're talking about here, and quietly removes himself to the rear of the room. Oh my god, Bob, there's no way I'm taking you. No. No. Take me back to the vehicle assembly. Bob Kerman, we are done with you for the day. We are done with you. I need someone who can actually pilot a craft. And the person for me is Jebediah, because I don't have any faith in this craft. If I had faith in it, I'd take you, Val, but you're too valuable to the program. Jeb, he can die at any time. I have no problem with that. I could fly it to orbit, but Pawn couldn't, says Jacob Worth, 123rd Street. You big jerk. Wimpy Anteater has posted a straw poll. Are you asking people who believes that I can actually make this? Because it's definitely a long shot. How's our viewer count going, by the way? Oh, there's a bunch of you here. Oh, thank you, everyone, for coming out. Okay, SAS on and throttle all the way to anywhere in particular. About 2/3. Okay, so these go. I'm just double-checking my stages. Those go, and then I've got that stage separately, and then this goes off. And what the hell went with... Okay, and back to the VAP. I added that decoupler a little late, and it decided to just be anywhere it felt like being. So let's look at this again. Let's look at this again. This one is supposed to not do that. You have a stage up here of your lonesome, I believe. Once we're all done with everything, we drop that before we release the parachutes. Okay, so from scratch, you two are entirely the wrong two engines. How did you two get together? Oh my God, they're breaking everything. You, get on your own stage. Your own stage, you fool. Oh my God, I just about blew us all up. So boom, boom, release those, release that and fire that, and then release that and fire that, and then release that and come home safely. Jebediah. It is still Jeb in the pod, isn't it? It is Jebediah. Okay, now we're launching. Lone Wonder 11 now raises his hand. Now raises his hand. Were you looking at that and saying, oh, there's the reason? I'm not going to tell him because it'll be funny when he blows everything up. Okay, Jebediah, we have SAS. Thank Jesus is who I'm going to thank. Why do I already have lost electric charge? Just the act of dragging it out through the slip cause run all the way, whatever we called it before, has caused me electric charge. Fine. In 3, 2, 1. Away, Jebediah Kerman. Oh my God, that's a lot of thrust. That is a lot of thrust. But we have cleared a contract, ladies and gentlemen. We have tested the RT-10 hammer. That was one of our contracts. The only other one is go to orbit. So let's do that today. I'm going to take us off of the pad so we don't blow it up. Okay, it's too late for that. And that's fine, and drop those. And we're making way too much speed. Jeb, your SAS is not really working. This is a long ship. It's a pencil ship. Okay, and we're out of that stage, and we're losing thrust there, so I'm just going to try and even us out, because we're going very fast for this level of the atmosphere, and we're banking down, we're banking down, we're banking down, we're banking down. Okay, there go the fins. There go the fins. Who was it that was saying fins? Was it fins that we needed? Somebody about the fins? It's fine. It's fine. We're back up. We're pointed on the right grade. Just going to pull a prograde back on the line. That never happened. That never happened. Throttle back down a bit. Ronan pulling. You know, we still got lots of fuel in this craft. Lots of fuel for days and ages and days. We will be just absolutely okay. Trying to maneuver us down. We're at 12 kilometers at 320 meters per second, making our first gravity turn. Encountering a little bit of, you know, some air pockets in the fuel lines there. I told you guys to work that out before we got up in the air. Jebediah's life is on the line. We did do a bit of a loop-de-loo, so there's that, okay? But I don't think that'll be a problem. Just keep nosing us down, Ronan pulling. And now that we're at 20 kilometers, I feel comfortable opening this throttle all the way up and gaining just as much speed as we possibly can. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe Jacob Orth 123 could do it better. He was saying so in chat a little bit earlier, you prick. But here we are, we're going up, we're running out of liquid fuel very fast. Get the ball up out here, check our APWAPS, it's coming up rather nicely. If we don't clear the atmosphere with this, then that little tank that we've got there isn't going to do anything. We've got lots of speed now, though. And, okay, we are maintaining the speed that we already have with this little tank. We're going to run through that fuel very, very quickly. We're almost into space. Come on, come on. Put us into space, and we've got over 90 liquid fuel left in order to get our orbit after doing a loop-de-loo. That's not going to do it. There's no chance at all that that's going to do it. 100 liquid fuel using this, no, sir. However, I am the Ronin Pullen, and I love a long shot, so... You know, here we go. Let's go up to the APWAPS, head on up. Oh, wait, no, we don't do that anymore. We click on our... Oh, I don't have it? In the career mode, you have to unlock the ability to click and do the auto warp? Oh, my God, I feel so just poor and dirty that I actually have to use period and comma. I can't use auto warp yet. Moonstone says, it's a secret to every pony. The Kerbal Wiki says a bi-elliptical only takes 4,000 delta V, but mine takes more than twice that. And getting it into low sun orbit is crazy. What bodies would you gravity assist with? You guys are having a rather interesting conversation that is far above the head of this particular live streamer YouTuber here. Okay, so we're coming up on our APWAPS. I'm going to open the throttle up right about, and I'm just testing the APWAP, seeing how hard I can push it when I get near it. Okay, we're in space. Open that up, and I think that will be fine. I think that will be fine. So let's go back here now that we are in space. Observe the materials bay just in case we can get this one down in one piece. Keep that data. Can you get out now? Oh my gosh, you can get out! You can get out! Oh, no, I was wrong about that being okay. APWAPS, come back up to us. Come back up to us, APWAPS. APWAPS, where are you going? Where are you going? I always loved you. You were my only one true love. I'm losing a lot of height right now, APWAPS. You need to get back to me. I don't need... No, I don't want to fall back into atmosphere. Please, APWAPS, at the very least I can get out and take an EVA from in space and make this worth it. As long as I stay in space, APWAPS, please. Please. Help me, help me. Okay. Okay, good. 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 Alright, we've come to space, and we can get an EVA report because I did upgrade the center, the astronaut complex. Alright, I'm gonna have to do that rather quickly. Already down to 50 units of liquid fuel in this craft. But hey, it's working. It's not working. I mean, we're still up here, and we brought a heat shield this time, so we might actually get our science back if I put the ship together right. I'm not exactly sure that I did. If we hadn't done the loop-de-loo, do you guys think, in chat, let me know, do you guys think if I hadn't done the loop-de-loo that I would have made it? Because I could put more fins on. But I'm not sure that the loop-de-loo really cost us all that much, to be perfectly frank and honest and sincere. Is there any other data that we could gather that we haven't already gathered? Not really. Not at this point, no. What about you? Could you get... We're just waiting on the EVA report, is all we're waiting on. Okay? We are just orbiting and pushing out just to see. Maybe we can get another, like, land distance record, or just getting away from the KSC record by having done this a little bit better. I don't know. We're doing it anyway. Stay with me. Revamp, a bi-elliptical transfer is where you push your apoapsis out as far as possible to reduce your orbital speed, and then you burn prograde as hard as you can to escape a body using less energy, says Moonstone. You're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the idiot in the back who they allow to light the candles. And that's all you. Yeah, bi-elliptical orbits. Sure. I do that all the time. Okay, we're almost out of liquid fuel, and we're gonna be out of liquid fuel any second here. So, Jebediah Kermit, as soon as we're out of liquid fuel, pop out on an EVA. And would you mind telling me what it's like from space over to the water? That's brilliant. Immediately get back in because we're probably already falling back into atmosphere as it stands now. We do have this data from space, and we just might be able to keep it. We do have the heat shield on the bottom of that, don't we? Don't we? Do we not? Did I put the heat shield in the wrong place, people? Did I put the heat shield in the wrong place? Oh my god, I have no idea. No, there it is! The ablator and the heat shield. Good, it is in the right place. Yeah! Okay! I think we've done everything that we can do with this. Yeah. This is it. There's no data to be collected otherwise that we haven't already gotten, and I don't... no. So let's release this, okay, at an angle like that. Like that. Goodbye, thing! Oh look, the little heat shield thing, it comes off and it shows on the other side of the craft. That's cool. So now we've got an ablator, right? A heat shield that's going to work for us. Good. 200 of those is going to be helpful for us. Sort of. Have we done a crew report from upper atmosphere? We have done a crew report from upper atmosphere. Have we gathered science in the thing from upper atmosphere? We have gathered. Have we? Have we? Recovery 2.1, you could give me two, well, it's worth something to somebody, I'll take it, sure, why not? There we go, so we've got that now. We could get a EVA report, quickly, EVA report, okay, grab that now from the upper atmosphere, and then get back in the ship, get back in the ship, that's a little bit of a, we did it, Jeb, you're fine, you got us more science, this was worth it, we're gonna have more science because of this mission. And there's our thing, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and physics warp a bit. No SAS, just gonna let the ship find its, right itself. Is it hot in here? Says HQ Top Gun. Is it hot in... Okay, maybe I am... Okay, that was physics warp. That was a lot of physics warp. Let's just point the button... Okay, stop whatever you've done, Ronan Pawn. Turn the physics warp off. You can't be trusted with it. Point your butt at the atmosphere and the planet, if you don't mind. Okay, yep, there, okay, give me a little SAS and find my retrograde. Where's my retrograde? There we go, ablator into the retrograde. Thank you, Jebediah. Jesus. Okay, what are the odds, people? What are the odds? How's my ablator doing? It's 200 to 200. Does it decrease over time as this happens? Is it going to show me that you're losing ablator, or is it just a draggy, slidey thing there? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, goodbye, whatever you are. You're heading to the sun? Good. Mark 1 debris. See you on Sol, or rather Curb. What is it? What's the name of the sun? The sun is Kerbin, isn't it? Kerbin in the Kerbal solar system. And the planet is also named Kerbin? Is that how it goes? I don't know. What's the lore? Did you leave your lights on this whole time? That's why my electricity was... Oh, fine, you're going into a dark area. Well, we made it down in one piece. Can we land this in water in one piece without those landing legs that you guys said rip off? We're gonna find out. Oh, I've got double antennas, too. I forgot to take the antenna off, and I've got one in here. That's kind of foolish. We are coming down in water, though, right? Water. Brilliant. At 5 kilometers, we'll deploy the chute, and hopefully it works out. We'll deploy all the chutes. I got lots of chutes on this thing. Poof! And, yeah, why don't we go down face first? Yeah, that sounds like a brilliant idea. Good call there, Jeb. I'm liking that one. Yeah. So, drag in the new 1.0 actually kind of makes sense. Not used to that. It actually making sense. Maybe we can spin it around in SAS so that we come down on the... Actually, this is probably better. There's probably a better crash tolerance to the command pod than there is to the science thing. So, yeah, this is how I planned it. This is how I wanted it. It's Kerbal! The sun is Kerbal, the planet is Kerbin, and it is also the Kerbal solar system. Ah, yes, okay, I've got it. I've got it now. No, you've got it, and you gave it to me. And, by the way, I'm going to have to start taking medication because of what you gave to me. You know, it's, I'm just saying, I'm going to be a little more careful if you're going to get that intimate with me on a Tuesday night. What are you talking about, Ronan Paul? I don't know. I haven't been doing a lot of funny here, so I'm reaching down for the blue stuff. Come on, make it some funny, Ron. Okay, in 3, 2, okay, I missed that one entirely. There we go. Can I spin this over? Can we not come down face first? Okay, Jeb, you are coming down at 4 meters per second. I'm sure you'll be fine. Just dip your tongue in and tell us how the dishwater tastes. Is it soapy? Pull and fly Voldemort and my Mark II aircraft, says Alpha Epic 11. I might actually have your Mark II aircraft that you sent me in a save file in this installation of KSP. I only have about 15 of them on my computer right now because of reasons, because of all the things. Wow, it's just pure luck that we came down in the water, by the way. I didn't pay attention at all to what was going on. That's what I you know, count on. Is luck, because I certainly don't have any skill. Jump, Jeb, don't trust him. He'll be fine. It's 4 meters per second. It's face first, okay? It is face. You might want to turn the lights. No, leave the lights on. Okay, Jeb, ready? Get ready to kersplashel. Kersplashel, Jeb. There you go. It's a nice kersplashel, and nothing breaks, and we get to take all of the science back. Yay! I've already got in water. I've already collected all the possible science data that we could have from that. I just want to recover this vessel. Brilliant, Jebediah, you have now been to space, which means you're going to gain an experience point with us. That's going to be helpful, having a pilot who actually has piloted in the past. Probably going to be of use. We got 43.6 science off of that run, and recovered 3.7 thousand Kerbins worth of money, and we got Jeb back with an experience point. Yay for you, Jebediah. So what are we doing now? Well, we're heading back here and seeing what else we can buy in order to help us actually do this. Ronin board. So we've got advanced rocketry, which would give us the Terrier liquid fuel engine, which I believe is actually just pretty much the same. What have we got? We've got a max thrust of 60. I believe that's the same as this. Max thrust of 23.7 in the Beagle. Oh. No, well that would actually be a much better orbital engine. Yeah, that would be much better for orbital. I mean, that's kind of a lander engine, but this is a good get us to orbit engine. I'm going to have to consider that. General construction, we've got the fuselage, struts, of course, are nice, some adapters and things. Yeah, I don't need any of that. Aviation, okay, now if I wanted to cheat my way there, I get the basic jet engines and we go to the moon right now off of the Tier 1 launch pad, but I don't want to cheat. Flight control, a winglet that actually has control surface capability would be lovely to keep us from doing loop-de-loos on our way up. An inline reaction wheel also would be lovely for the same purpose. And then that cockpit would be of no use. And we've got a probe. It's a probe. I want a probe. Oh, I want a probe. And more science and batteries and better comms. Can someone explain to me what the virtue or value is of this other than that it looks pretty? I mean, does it do anything differently? Does it use less electricity than the other antenna? I have never gotten the comms DTS M1. Never understood why. Except for that, it does look pretty. It's a completely, you know, aesthetic thing for me. But is there a reason to that? Please tell me. So right now I am torn between the 3 categories. 1 gives us a better engine for orbital. That would be the Terrier. 2 would be getting us the ability to not flip over as we're going up with a little bit of SAS and a little bit of control surface. And 3 is getting a probe and batteries and all of these things. I think I'm going to rule out the probe and the batteries, okay, because we'll get that in the next. Once we get in orbit, we'll do that. We want to take a Kerbal up for orbit first, just for the sake of doing it. Unless you guys say different. Advanced rocketry, we got the Terrier, or we get the control surfaces. This is going to help us get orbit more than that is going to help. I mean, this will help us fly it better. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You're saying basic science. Get the basic science. Paul, the DTS M1 uses more electricity, but it transmits faster. Why do I care how fast it transmits? Does it equal out to like a less amount of electricity used because it transmits faster? Or what is the benefit of that? Why would I pay more money for it? Comms consumes energy faster and is faster, but useful for large chunks of science. But is it... Yeah, I still don't get it. I just don't get it. What do you guys think? Hi, T ran away has just showed up in the chat. I'm thinking... You guys said grab basic science, so let's just send a probe to orbit the planet. Let's just do that, okay? Because I can make that happen, and I am sort of giddy about the basic science. That's the one that I really wanted to do. Are there any more contracts that we could take as we're going to orbit? Task the LV-909 Terrier while orbiting Kerbin. Well, the Terrier. That could be useful. We use the Thumper, Rockamax brand decoupler's too big, shorter Rockamax brand decoupler is whatever. Perform visual surveys, no. Ferry to tourists, piss off. Ferry a VIP to, no. So it's the Terrier. Do you think I could do this? Well, orbit of 90 kilometers, no, I'm not going that high. Test the decoupler, test our radial mount parachute. Okay, radial mount parachute in flight over Kerbin at what height? 8,000 to 15. Yeah, I can do that. I'll take that contract. Thank you very much. And into the VAB in order to make a ship that actually does go to orbit somehow. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing today? T Runaway says, we are doing KSP 1.0 career mode from scratch. We're just getting started today. And I'm trying to get my first orbit, which is always a challenge for me. Now, we did get space. Okay, we got the data from space today by going up there with the Science Junior, so we no longer require the Science Junior because we're just going to do an orbit. It's not going to make any difference taking that back up again. Don't really need... I mean... It's basically all the data that we're going to collect has already been collected, so I'm not going to take any science whatsoever. Get rid of all this crap. Get rid of all of that. Don't need an antenna sticking out of my butt either, thank you. I already have one, and it's rather uncomfortable. Please don't bring it up. It's in polite conversation. Put the heat shield on this, and we'll just return. Oh, we're not taking this at all, in fact, Ronan Pawn. Get rid of that. We're going up with a probe, I said. Much lighter weight to take a probe to space. So we'll go up with the probe, and batteries and all those sorts of things. What have we got in the way of engines for this deal? I'm going to need, like... It's going to be very aerodynamic unless I can do something... Here, can I just strap one of these on and then merge them together? How would that work? It's just going to be it's just not going to be aerodynamic, Runable, and that's all that it is. Ooh, we can take a Kerbal up in the curb cam. How much does this weigh? This weighs 0.84, this is 0.05, so it would be less weight actually to take someone up in the curb cam with a probe. I like this idea. I like this idea because it's definitely a Ronan Pawn idea. It's kind of stupid. I like the idea of this. Let's do that. And we'll have the curb cam. This is ridiculous. Ronan Pawn, why are you doing this? Because I'm me and I like it. Okay, so we've got that. He'll be able to do nothing of... We're just taking him for a tour. Okay, we're just taking him for a tour. Liquid boosters all the way. It's T Runaway calls for it. So this, I don't like anything that we've already done. I don't like anything else. Just throw it all out and we'll build it from scratch. Really, Paul? You've been dragging us along all this time? You're going to do this from scratch? Yep, we're going to do it from scratch. Don't worry, it won't take long, just 20, 30, 40 minutes. Okay, so we're going to need a decoupler because that's going to be the stage that comes back. That is also going to need some of the things with the stuff in the guides. It's going to need some radial mount parachutes. Where's the door on that thing? I don't like you being on that side. Spin round, you're on that side. Need the radial parachutes for coming down. Do want them at the top of the craft, found out last time that that's rather helpful. If the ablator is going to be down here, and it is, and it does, and it's brilliant, thank you very much. Yes, detached there. I see that we have some rechargeable battery packs. How much does the service bay weigh? 0.1, I think I can afford it. So we'll have the service bay, and we'll stick some batteries in there, or a battery, or 9 batteries, or something like that. Pop open the service bay for me. Bing, get a ding, 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 ding. And 2 of these batteries will be just fine. It is a probe, and I just hate running out of energy in a probe, so... Perfect, there you go. Close her up, that's all we're taking. No! Let's also take some science, because we did get some new science. We got The thermometer! The thermometer, which we'll have on the inside. We'll just tuck this on the inside as well so that it doesn't explode or blow up. Is this not an attachment point in there? Oh, I don't like that the attachment points aren't... I like that it's open because you could do a lot of interesting things with it, but also there's no place to stick things. And no comment from the peanut gallery. 0.125 for that girder segment. Alright, we're just going to have the thermometers on the outside of the craft, and hopefully they don't blow up when we try to re-enter atmosphere. That sounds like a really stupid idea, Ronan Pawn. Yes, yes, I agree. How about if I attach them to the underside of the ship, like so, okay, and then just sort of make them so that they hang down or something. How do they, can I get them to, yeah, we'll do like that. There we go, and then we'll, there. Yeah, that looks okay. I can deal with that. Kind of. Can I zoom in anymore? No, I can't. Okay, with a little bit of the non-snapping mode. There we go. That's what we needed. Okay, now close that up because we're done for science, aren't we? Aren't we not? We're done for science. You know, have more of those. There are a lot of readings that we can take with these. Let's have 4 of them, actually. 4 of you guys, whatever you are, give me snapping again, and put it down the way that I had it before. Oh, God. There we go, something like that. And with the 2, and the dragging, and the booming, and the going, and the good. Except for now you're too far out this way, so get back in there a little bit, and ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. See, aesthetics are very important to me. Not so much the whole am I entertaining you guys, have you just tuned out thing. It's the aesthetics of the ship. What are we at in terms of parts count and weight at this point? 1.1 tons. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. I said it was going to be lighter, and it isn't at all. To take the probe up, because I decided to take a Kerbal with me. I agree with whatever Pawn just said, says Lone Wanderer 11. Excellent! So, good. We're all going to go to the Capitol building and assault it at noon. Alright, I'll see you there with your AKs. You're bringing the AKs, right? You don't bring the AK? Well, you expect me to do everything! Lone Wanderer 11! Do I have anything else that would be of use before I start slapping on fuel? No! It's all about fuel this time, Ronan Pawn. No faffing about. Just fuel, 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 fuel. Bink, 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 bink. How much liquid fuel can I get on this thing? Should we even have an orbital burning stage? How about, should I have... Here's a question for you. Shall I have, more orbital... Why am I suddenly... This is the, root part. What happened there? Yeah, that became the root part. When did I do that? No, not good. You be the root part from now on. Okay. Don't know what happened there. Should I have... What the hell is going on with the root part? That is weird. That is weird. I can't grab from there. That is the root part now. Okay? Now grab that. Okay, that one comes off. Now grab that. Okay, now they all come off. That was glitchy, weird glitch. Okay, engines. We still only have the beagle for getting the orbital bird. What do you think? What do you think? I'm thinking that we just have 1 tank of fuel and a half. We'll do 1.5 tanks of fuel for the beagle. Okay, 1.5 tanks of fuel for the beagle. And then we will destage that. And below that, we'll have just tons and tons and tons and tons, literally, because they are tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of the liquid fuels. More liquid fuel? You guys are saying more liquid fuel? I hear you say, more liquid fuel, Ronan Pawn, we want more liquid fuel. Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying, Pawn, this is a bad idea, what are you doing? And then we could send the Dachshund up. No, we want the swivel for control or the Reliant. I think we do need the swivel for the control. For the ability to actually steer the thing. Okay, we got that. I'm reading chat right now, that's why I'm humming. Less orbital fuel, says T ran away. Less orbital fuel, okay, I will take your advice. Less orbital fuel, that's just gonna be 100 units of liquid fuel, I believe, for 90 units of liquid fuel for the orbital stage, which means this stage has to do all the work. This has to get us to out of atmosphere and do a bit of the burning around. I will take off one of those tanks in order to make room for a bit of SRBs. Where's my SRBs? Where am I keeping them? I'm also going to need the things with the breaking off and going somewhere else things. You know, those things. 2 of those snapping on, and at the bottom, engines. I could have thumpers. I don't like thumpers. Hammers are fine. This craft doesn't weigh enough to justify thumpers. We need hammers. There we go. We're up to 17.3 tons as we are right there. I could actually thrust limit these, okay, without a issue, down to probably like 7. We'll do it around 73.5-ish apparently. Okay. 73.5, 27 out of 30. We do have electricity. We have a little bit of new science to gather. We've got the engines. Everything looks like it's in line. We are taking a Kerbal to space for absolutely no reason whatsoever, just because I like it. No SRBs. More orbital fuel, says Alpha Epic 11. You tell me take away the orbital fuel, then you say put back the orbital fuel. Can I fit another... How much do those weigh, actually? 0.5625. Yes, if it fits, then I will take it. There we go. So that's there and there. And yeah, 17.9 tons. That's going to work out great. Okay, this one's going to make it. The orbital, just shot. The orbital shot. Mark 1. That's going to work. I should be naming these all longer shot Mark 2, Mark 3, but this is the orbital shot. I believe in this craft. This one's actually going to get there. I just actually have to stage it. So boom for you, and then those go away, and then you go, and then that goes away, and then you go, and then all of it goes away, and then we come down and we celebrate. Woohoo! Okay, good. Good, we're gonna get an orbital thing off of the first pad, off of the dirty, oily, Castrol Syntec motor oil pad. Have I got everything? I feel like I'm leaving something behind. What am I leaving behind? My sanity, I think. Let's all have a drink. I haven't drank nearly enough in this. That's why we're not being funny. But we're having a, you know, we're having a good go at KSP 1.0. We're learning all the new features. My God, that's a lot of tequila in there. The Mark 1 has no orbital SAS modules and no pilots aboard. Who is aboard? Who is aboard then? Is there anyone in the... There's no one on this... Okay, I wanted to take a Kerbal up. That was the whole deal. I'm going to do this without SAS. Okay, fine, we can do it. It's an added challenge, everybody. But I'm supposed to have a Kerbal in there. Goodness. Shot all the way to orbit. Okay, crew, who's going? I think, since they're not going to be able to control, it's just a pod, it doesn't offer any control. Let's take Bill up. Bill can get some experience at the same time. Or we could take Val. No, we'll take Bill up. Yeah. We'll get him an experience point from this. You have no SAS on this pod, says Leflin. Yeah, I know. You think I can do it? You think I can do it without SAS? I mean, it's a probe, and it's not massively aerodynamic. Oh my God, Ronan Pong, go back to the VAB. I've got 3 parts. I've got 3 parts left that I can spend here. Oh my God. KSP is just so responsive now. It just pops right back in and out. That's so... Okay, so I can afford that, right? We're still not overweight. Good. Could I, like, force one of these on there so we'd have... No, you can't. Okay. That's as good as it gets. Now we go. Why is there a probe? Because it's less weight to use a probe in a can. I don't know. I don't know. It's not why is there a probe, why is there a can? Why am I taking it? Did I not put a man in the pod? Why do you revert to not putting Bill in the pod? Bill needs to go up there. Pawn has no reaction wheels. Don't worry, it'll be a nice little challenge for us. No, Bill, you're in there. Well, what the frickin'... Do it! Lol, yeah, KSP is also in 1.0, says Boo Mario. Hello, Boo Mario, welcome to chat. Shotgun 2287, says Bob. Did I send Bob? I thought I'm doing Bill. Is it not Bill? Bill Kerman, you're in there, good. Yes, that's what we want, is Bill. In 3, 2, 1, no SAS. Go. Okay, I'm going to go to Fine Controls. There we go. Okay, we're going up. I said I throttle limited this. There's a bit of a kick to the ship. There's a bit of a kick to her. She likes to list to the left. Okay, we're going up solid fuel. We actually made a nice amount of thrust there. Throttling up just a little bit and preparing for the solid fuel stage to go, and it has. I'm going to throttle up a little bit more so we're not scrubbing speed, but I would like to stay under speed at this. It's fine. It's not fine. It's not working. Yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work. No, sir. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. The SAS thing is a bit of an issue, so I'm going to deploy my parachutes, if I can, manually, please. I could move the things, you know, the action groups around, but I'm going to deploy them manually. There you go. Just to be sure that nothing goes bad, nothing goes wrong. Okay, and we're going to bring this back down. We're going to collect all the money for it. Because reasons. Because that was a big waste. There's no way that I'm getting anywhere in the new aerodynamic system with a probe that doesn't have SAS on it. Okay, parachutes, please deploy, and don't rip anything off of my... Yeah, it's a very weighty thing. Okay, so we just need to come down at a decent speed now. I'm sure we'll be fine. We need to set down absolutely perfectly without SAS, so that nothing tips over. I just need to be ready to actually hit the recollect crap. Oh my god, I'm dropping stuff everywhere. Okay, throttle up, lower our speed, more quickly than that, more quickly than that, more quickly than that, more quickly. Hey! And we're down! And we did it! Quickly recover the vessel before it explodes. Okay, we got our money back at least. We did get our money back at least. Oh my god, Ronan Pawn. Okay, yep, we got 10,000 funds back for that, and Bill has earned an experience point for surviving. Congratulations, Bill. That was the problem, we took Bill up there. So I need SAS, and I don't have SAS because we don't have the science to buy SAS, which means that I can't do this with the probe. Poop. Okay, fair enough. I like the ship from there down, so we'll just rip off of this stuff and put a command pod back on. We'll keep it very simple. Mark 16 parachute. In fact, I just want to look at something here. I want to look at, we're 18.2 with that. Okay, that's fine. Is this enough? Like, what do I have in the service bay now? There's really nothing of use in the service bay. It's just added weight. Let's get rid of the service bay, and I'll have my thermometers on the outside. Oh, no, the service bay apparently is the root part now. You to there. You're the root part. Get rid of the service bay. Keep the ablative heat shielding. We're going to need that. Get rid of the service bay, and put the thermometers just on the sides of here. I'd like to have at least 3 of them because we are going to be going up a number of places where they will be of use. So, like that. 3 thermometers for new science, ablative heat shielding. You back on there, and we're at 18.1 tons, which means if I just take a tiny little millimeter, just a tiny little bit of liquid fuel and oxidizer out of the can. Come on. Got it. There we go. Okay, so there we have it. This ship is coming down with a single parachute. We got the things, blade of heat shielding. We just got to get in orbit. That's all we're looking for here is an orbit. Doesn't need to do a lot of other things. Mark 2. There we go. Who's going up in this one then? If I'm going to be taking a person, then it's time for Valentina. Valentina, this is the one that's going to succeed. You know how I know that? Because you're piloting it, love. Yes! Yes! Okay, let me just look at my stages because they're saying in chat, check your stages. 2 of those fire, and then this goes, and then those go, and then that pops off, and we want that separate from the parachute, and our stages are fine. This is a nice, simple, conventional craft that everybody's made a million times. Why didn't I just start with this about an hour and a half ago, Ronan Pawn? We've been going for an hour and a half, Ronan Pawn. We've been going for an hour and a half, Ronan Pawn, and you have not made an orbit in KSP 1.0. Thank God. I'm actually very happy about that, because it means that there's a lot of playability and value even to, you know, people who've been playing KSP for a while. So, I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are too. SAS on, because we have a pilot in the pod. We're going to throttle to, say, about 2/3 for when we make that transition. And in 3, 2, 1, Godspeed, Valentina. Yes, and up and away, and we've got SAS. Oh, what a beautiful day it is. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful Valentina. I love you, Val. I love you. Okay, what are we doing in chat? Voldemort is actually not a pain to fly anymore. It just needs more roll control. Oh my god, with you and your Voldemorts. Okay, good. They blew up before going down to the pad because I forgot to roll over. Let's roll over just a little bit. Start pulling our prograde off of top dead center of the bowl so that we don't have as much trouble making our turn. And then with the whole, you know, tipping over and exploding thing, if we can go without that, be absolutely lovely. Gonna try and keep my speed below 220 meters per second, below the 10-kilometer mark. Does that still make sense in the 1.0? Does anyone know that without just guessing? Because obviously there's atmospheric pressure here below the 10-kilometer mark. What's the max speed? You know, what can I be going at? And that worked out perfectly. We're just going over 220 now when we hit 10 kilometers. What is the max speed per atmosphere area? Do we have a wiki on that yet? Do we have a document somewhere? Because I would love to know it. Has Scott Manley told us yet what we're supposed to be doing in the 1.0? Because that would be damn helpful, Scott. Get on it. I'm also just going to let us, I don't know what my speed should be actually at 16 kilometers, but I feel good about this burn at just over 2/3 throttle. It's working out very well for us. Just going to keep rolling us down ever so slightly as we go. Moving down toward 45 degrees on the bubble as we approach 20 kilometers height. And, JRMZR says, you should send Voldemort to Pawn Honey. Did you say Pawn Honey? No, you're talking to ponies. It's Pawn Pony, not Pawn Honey. I like that. Call me Pawn Honey. Why doesn't anyone call me Pawn Honey? Now that we're at 20-some kilometers and we're at our 45, I feel really good. 25 kilometers, let's open up the thrust entirely and get as much speed as we can out of this stage. As well as go out to map mode, get the ball up, and check our app-waps. It is coming up. It's coming up. Bum, bum. I think we might actually be able to get our app-waps into space with this stage before having to drop it, which is what we need to do if we're going to actually get an orbit out of this ship. We're past the 32-kilometer mark now. I'm just gaining as much speed as I possibly can. We're getting orbital readings off the ball. I'm going to keep us high so that we can get our app-waps into space, and it is! Good! Good, this is probably as far as we've gotten so far today, Val. Thank you for taking us with you on this magical carpet ride. Now, while we are in atmosphere here, why don't we grab a temperature reading? Kerbin's upper atmosphere, 287.65 degrees. What system of measurement is that? I would expect it to be rather cold up here, to be honest with you. Collected from upper atmosphere, 7.2 science that's worth. Excellent. We're going to keep that. And head on up to the Apple Waps. Do some rocket things for Lone Wanderer 11, who says, yes, you're going to orbit. I think, maybe. I think that's what you're saying. T Runaway says no orbit. It's not going to happen. Maybe orbit. Pawn Magic says T Runaway. Yeah, no, we'll get an orbit. Watch. I'll just, no. No cheating. Not in your career mode. How long do you usually stream on Sundays, says Boo Mario? We usually stream for 2 hours until the 11 p.m.'s BST, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, we've got another 25 minutes, and we've made space! It's space, everybody! No time warp. Thank you very much, because I would love to get another reading from another one of these. Toggle the display. It's now 288.0 something degrees. Temperature from the environment in space near Kerbin. Excellent. And we've got a bit of fuel left in that lower stage. How much have we got? We've got some. I don't know. We've got some. Coming up on the app waps at 77 kilometers. Wow, I went way higher than I needed to, but I think we can do this. Warringer in chat says, Shakes Magic 8-Ball. Maybe. Ask another time. Is it Kelvin? It could be Kelvin. Is it Kelvin? Are we going to get in orbit? I don't know. Shake your Magic 8-Ball and say maybe. Ask another time. Okay, I'm going to throttle up so I can get some maneuverability and hold that app waps. Boom! Open her up. Big throttle, and we're out and go to the next stage and get back over here because this is not going to have the same amount of thrust that did, so let's try and hold our app waps where we need it. Which, that's good. It will come back up to us, and we're already at 77 kilometers at this point. So we've got 124 liquid fuel left in the tanks. Hopefully we have enough oxidizer to match it. I don't know how that works anymore in KSP. The whole liquid fuel burning at a different rate than oxidizer, depending on your environment, I believe, is what's going on, and it's making me scratch my head, and it's also making me just feel really bad for new players, because it seems really convoluted and strange, and it's just, if that's what's going on, if liquid fuel and oxidizer are burning at different rates, I'm sure it's very scientific and real, and that's what happens because of factors and reasons, but for the sake of a game, it's just going to make a lot of people very frustrated that they finally get somewhere and they've been watching their liquid fuel, and then all of a sudden they realize, I don't have any oxidizer, where'd all my oxidizer go, or something like that, so, yeah. I'm going to reconsider that in the KSP 1.1, because the playability, how much fun do people have is what we're interested in. Okay, we've got 85 liquid fuel, and we're almost a third, maybe a quarter of a wrap around. We've got a chance, people. It's got a chance. Don't lie to me. Don't tell me it doesn't have a chance. It's got a chance. Come on, app waps. Good. We're now burning on the 20. We're going to get a lot more push out of this now that we've banked down to 20 degrees on the bubble. Come on, orbit. Just give us an orbit. This is Valentina Kerman now. If anyone in my program can get this done despite me, it's gonna be Val. My first orbit in 1.0 career ran out of fuel just as it made orbit, and I had to deorbit by pushing it using EVA, says Peter Orbit. It's Peter Taylor. Peter Orbit? Peter Taylor Orbit Taylor Peter. Okay, how are we doing? With the liquid fuel, we've got half of that tank remains, 59 liquid fuel left in the tank. Can we get the speed that we need in order to get an orbit out of this? I don't want to waste anything raising my apoaps, so let's push hard against that apoaps. Ronan Paul with these tanks, we got 50 units of liquid fuel left. How much time, how much burn do we have? We've got about, I don't know, 70 seconds? No, not that much. This is a minute's worth of fuel. Come on, you're almost there. I see you. You're wrapping around now. Apoaps, come back to me. Apoaps. This is it. Off of the Tier 1 launch pad, ladies and gentlemen, with Valentina Kerman at the helm. We have finally, after an hour and 40 minutes, almost, gotten ourselves in orbit. Please, periaps is now coming up. Okay, I'm throttling down in order to be as efficient as humanly possible about this. There we go. Hold the apoaps just out in front of you as we raise the periaps. Nose down, nose back, nose down, and boom! We are at 77 and 77 kilometers, and we have achieved it, ladies and gentlemen. Orbit Kerman. We didn't tell the recovery team that you'd be staying in space, so they're still looking. Great job! Great job! We did it, everybody! We did it! Can I like this? I just feel like I need something. We did it! We did it! We finally orbed. Okay, no, Josh, you weren't supposed to pick up after that, Josh Woodward. That's Josh Woodward, by the way, The Simple Life Afterglow, if you like that song that we started with. We made an orbit! Congratulations, Ronan Bourne! And he scores, says Waringer. Yes, so we're here. We're in orbit. Now what do we do? What are my other contracts? Did I test the Mark II-R radial mount parachute in flight over Kerbin at 8? So between 8 and 15 kilometers at a speed of 200 meters per second. That's going to be hard to do. It's going to be kind of hard to do, I think. Yeah. Because of the speed, not so much the altitude. Let's see if we can do it. Where do we want to sit down? We want to sit down as close to the pad as we possibly can. So let's go around the planet, shall we? Our first official time warp. Our first orbital time warp. Val, how does it look? Looks dark. Yeah, it looks dark. I'm sorry. I was going to be epic, but no, apparently not. And the sun is rising on Valentina Kerman. Where are you coming down, Val? Where are you going? You're going around. You've got a fair bit of liquid fuel. You can really pick your spot. So I'm going to... Oops. No. Stop with the time warping. Let's go on our retrograde, and let's burn this down a little bit. Valentina Kerman. That's it, the SAS, Val. What are you doing without your SAS? That's the whole reason I brought you. Here we are, the retrograde, and we're burning it down. Burn it down quickly, Val. Lots of liquid fuel left. Not even going to worry. Not even going to worry about liquid fuel. Okay, so with the whole orbits and its drag and all that sort of thing, you think we can come down in this ocean off the coast with that? Or just slam down on the surface of Kerbin? One of those two things is probably going to happen here, is what I'm thinking. How does the ship look? Can I actually keep some fuel for landing? Because we could do that. We could hit this 100 to 200 meter per second speed if I have the engines to deburn with, to dethrottle. I'm going to try that. I'm going to hang on to it and see if it blows up and destroys everything on our way back down. I think we're okay. Kenneth1 says, hashtag bring back the barn. Shotgun 2287 says as well, yes, the barn, bring it back. Where's the barn? Where's the barn, everyone? Hashtag the barn is a lie. The barn is a lie. What are we doing? Okay, let's go. Let's land this thing, Paul. We've been faffing about in space long enough. And Lone Wonder 11 pulled out the old Paul needs an album. Hashtag. Which, if you read it in a certain way, doesn't look like an album. You see? That's how it goes. Okay. So yes, I've got to focus on this. 100 meters to 100, so 200 meters per second at above 8 kilometers. It's going to be tricky. I think we can do it. Val, get ready, hon. Get ready. I don't know how this is going to work. You might want to just hold on your retrograde. Let's go ahead and physics warp down through the... Oh. I did get temperature readings from space, but I didn't get it from like landed or anything like that. We've got one more temperature reading that we can take. So we will do that shortly, just as soon as things and guys and stuff. SAS off. No. Keep your SAS. No. Okay, with the physics warp on, pay attention. Keep pointed on your retrograde, just like that. Val, if you had the little retrograde tick, I would tick it right now. Physics warp 4 times. Okay, it's a very shallow hit that we're doing here with the atmosphere. I'm hoping that it works out and that we land in the ocean just the other side of the KSC. Or on top of the or on the VAB. If we can do the VAB on top of the VAB, that I will go for as well. Keep on your, D with the physics warp, and keep on your retrograde, because as soon as the atmosphere grabs us, I don't know what it's going to do. Back up to physics warp. Maybe if I go to it, there we go. Yep, a little bit of, no, not a lot of that. Physics warp, very hard to control. Okay, we're getting heat effects. We are definitely getting heat effects. Okay, 8 kilometers. 200 meters per second. Just remember that, Pawn. Remember that. Pay attention. Oh my god. Is everything going to explode, or can I quick saved, just in case. It's been a successful mission. I don't want Val blowing up just because I wanted to test a parachute on the way down. This is Gene's fault. I blame Gene for this. Telling me, could you go up there and test parachutes for us? I'm orbiting a planet. Screw you and your parachutes. How's it going? It would tell me if it were overheating, wouldn't it? Wouldn't an engine tell me, oh my god, this is overheating, and have an overheat bar? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it do that? If that were a thing? Oh god, Val. Oh god, Val. No, Val. On your retrograde. Keep that engine pointed into the front of the heat. You want that engine in the heat, Val. There you go. Hold there, Val. That's good. Oh my god. Valentina. Coming down at 8 kilometers 200. 8 kilometers 200. You have a tendency to not pay attention. This is really interesting. When you come in for like a low burn, you get a bit of lift. When you're sort of glancing off of the atmosphere at these speeds, your ship has lift, so we're kind of planing out right now. Look at that. How are we doing? Oh no, we're gonna come down on land. I'm not prepared to come down on land. Just not in the mountains, okay? Not in the mountains, and I will be fine. Okay, Valentina, we've got heat indicators. We've got indicators of heat on the thermometers. The thermometers are what's going to blow up. Those are my science data. Don't do that. Oh, we're slowing down. Good. I think we've survived the heat. Okay, 200 meters per second. No, it's 200 meters per second at 8 kilometers is what you want to do. Ronin Pawn. Okay, we're not quite to there yet. Come on. 8 kilometers. We're looking for 8 kilometers. Stop fighting the ball, Ronin Point. You don't need to fight the ball now. In fact, drop your SAS. Just let it do whatever it wants to do. Come on, 8 kilometers and 200. 8 kilometers, 200. 8 kilometers, 200. 8 kilometers, 200. I'm gonna need to burn a little bit. I'm gonna need to burn in order to... We're in the mountains. What did I say about mountains, KSP? Why would you do this to me? In the mountains, I said no. We're at 8 kilometers. We've already gone past it, and we didn't... Yes, we've missed the parachute test. Okay. That was great. You were... Yeah. I didn't understand what I was trying to pay attention to. Okay. Let's just throttle all the way up and deploy the... Okay, lose that. You throttle that all the way up and deploy the parachute. Maybe we can survive. Maybe we can survive in the mountains. Oh my god. In the mountains. Coming down. Okay, what was that? There's explosions going on. It's fine, Val. Val, you're home. That's all I ever wanted. And you brought the science with you. We made it, ladies and gentlemen, and I think even though we're in the mountains, it's gonna be fun. We can get some data from the mountains. We can collect... I always meant to land in the mountains. Facepalm, says Alpha Epic 11. Facepalm. I'm sorry. I couldn't get rid of the speed even if I would have. No, I don't know. No. I can't excuse myself. It just is what it is. Yeah. I'm a douche. Pawn, you didn't even have a radial parachute test. He says, I didn't even have a radial parachute on this. Peter Taylor. Oh my god. And Alpha Epic. I'm just going to do the sound now. Let's all have a drink, ladies and gentlemen. Has that one been used? I have no power for that? Can I not take my last reading because we ran out of electric charge? Maybe. Toggle display, no power, log temperature. I was able to log the temperature anyway. We don't need power. From Kerbin's Mountains. And Valentina, could you get out and get us flying over Kerbin's Mountains? Because you're on a ladder. This is the most precarious situation. Thank you. And Valentina, could you step down onto the ground and tell us how it is just to be here? Oh no, wait. I have to put that in, don't I? Crew reports. Store the experiments and EVA report. Don't think a spacesuit was necessary here. More science from the mountains. And it's a lovely little place you've got here, actually, Val. It's rather private. You know, might just leave this out here for you so you can come back and get away from the boys, you know. They tend to be rather juvenile, and they make Voldemort ships. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta get away from it all, don't you, Val? Look at her. Stoic. Yep. You really do. You really do. She kind of looks... She looks like... What was that movie? Ants or something like that? Don't you get that from, like, the curve of her face? Get back in the pod, Ronan Point. You've wasted all this time just getting in orbit. You're gonna waste even more time. Board the ship and recover it. I'm sorry, I am taking your studio apartment back, Val. Recover the vessel for all the science that we got. Whew. Whew. Well, it only took us an hour and 50 minutes to get in orbit in Mark II. But we got 35.6 science earned off of that. We recollected 3.8 kilometers. And Valentina, because she's orbited, has 2 experience points gained. You have advanced to level 1, Valentina Kerman. You are the most valuable Kerbal in the Space Center. And it's just by... We made it. We did it all in the course of one day. 1 day and 1 hour and 18 minutes we managed to orbit the planet. Let's go to the next morning. I love the warp to next morning button. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Let's go in here and see where we're going to spend our science. We got 77.6. That gets us 1 more tier. The 2 tiers that I was interested in were either stability assistance or the Terrier and the fuel tank. I think, all things considered, the way I've been flying, I'm thinking stability assistance makes a lot of sense here. What do you guys think? I think stability assistance makes a lot of sense here. I need some SAS to be able to attach to my crafts. I'm researching SAS for our next flight, which we will have to do in another live stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is all of the KSP 1.0 that we're going to do today. Thank you very much for coming along for that. Not exactly. This is all the KSP 1.0 career mode that we're going to do today. I will save the game, sure. This was pawn stream pause for cause number 1. $1 pause for cause. That's exactly what I intended to type. We're going to leave this game, ladies and gentlemen, quit to the main menu, and you're all asking, you want me to load up these craft and things, the Stargazer Mark II and the Voldemort. I don't have the Voldemort on hand, okay? I really don't. What the hell is that? Twitch stream from Le? Who did that? That's stupid. It's backwards. Age of Ultron. Let's go into the Age of Ultron. And I definitely have at least a helicarrier that we could play with for the last 10 minutes of the stream, do you think? I might have the Gazer. We will take a... Let's go ahead and pop in and see if I don't have your craft there, Mr. Alpha Epic 11s. Is it Alpha Epic that has the Gazers? Load up the things. What have we got here? We have the SS Stargazer Mark II. Okay, let's fly the SS Stargazer Mark II. Ooh. Ooh, it's a lot prettier than the last one. It's a lot prettier without the SAS at the front and the back. That's very nice. Let's just take it out and fly it. Are there any action groups, actually, first off? No action groups. No action groups? Really? Oh, no, there it is. Okay, toggle that engine, which is the rear engine. Toggle the lower engine. And that's it. That's all I need. Good. Launcher. Pawn. Come or you can download Voldemort. Says it's a secret to every pony. Email me? Email me. You know my address. Email me Voldemort. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. SAS off. We don't fly with SAS. Bill? Bill, you jumped into the craft? That seems like a bad idea. I love this cockpit. Don't you love this cockpit? It's so... fighter jet. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go! Throttle all the way up and see... Oh, I turned them both on. No, turn off the VTOL and let's take this off like a regular plane to start with. Oh, look, the engine... You've got the engine, down! You've angled the engine down a little bit in order to create what? More, take more lift, like that? Is that what you're going for there? Maybe this, means that I don't need as much trim or something like that. That's very interesting. You've got the engine offset. I'm going to trim now because it does need it at the speed that I've decided to go. There we go. A little bit of trim and gear up, by the way, and start making some maneuvers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's nice. That's nice. That banks very nicely. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes. Trim up a little bit, and I think I should throttle down. I'll throttle way down. Oh, that's a water tower. Mind the water tower. Mind the control tower. I believe that's over here. Hello, control tower. How are you? Okay, I may have destroyed your craft there. There was a little bit of pilot error there, sir. Sorry. It's flying well, though. Could be a little more, sensitive to the control, because just turn over on a dime, that sort of a thing. No, it's fine. It's a good craft. I like it. Let's look at it in VTOL mode now that I've destroyed the first one. We just bought another one, That's all you do. VTOL mode! Full throttle! And SAS? No SAS. We don't need no SAS. I can download... It's a secret to every pony's craft at ronanpornsexy.ultavista. Okay. Okay. I will definitely check that out, and everyone in chat should check that out too, because it's a rather funny site. Okay, the VTOL works, and even without SAS, it's working rather well. It's working rather well. I like it. I like it. So let's open up the other engine. Throttle down quite a bit, because we don't need all that thrust, and kill the VTOL engine. And, yeah. Let's take it under the bridge, right? That's what we do. We will take her under the bridge at the spaceplane hangar. Or no, it's Science Research Center Development thing. Paul, and that's why you have SAS on. What? That wasn't pilot error. Bill's an engineer. The crash was not pilot error because Bill isn't a pilot. That's correct. You are factually correct. Technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. I hate that. It's not the best kind of correct. The best kind of correct is, when they circle the paper and they write a little A in the top corner. That's the kind of correct I like. Okay, under the bridge, Ronan Pawn. This is a little bit floaty, so you're gonna have to pull. You're gonna have this just right, just so. Oh, we didn't need that. We didn't need any of that. We might have needed some of those bits. One more time. We can do this one more time, no doubt. We've got 5 more minutes. I'm sure I can get this thing under the bridge in that amount of time. Let's turn both of the engines on straight off the bat, and we've lost audio. We have lost audio in the craft. Oh, look at how quickly it takes off when you load up both of the engines and throttle all the way up. That's brilliant. I like that a lot. Killing the VTOL engine now, we have lost audio for some reason. KSP 1.02, ladies and gentlemen. Rest in peace, says Alpha Epic 11. Yes. He's not going to rest in peace this time, though. We're going to get it. We're going to get it this time, right under the bridge, no problems, easy peasy, beautiful cover girl. It's going to be really simple, okay? Once right under the bridge is all we need. Okay, just line it up from here, going very slow now, 50, 60, 80, 190, 7,000 meters per second. We're going very slow and very deliberate now. We won't come over the top of the ball, okay? I've got a better spot right here. This is a good lineup. It's actually helpful now to have a little bit of thrust, okay, a little bit of speed when you do this because the drag will help to pull you up. Just clip the top of that and pull up, and KSP has crashed, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Kerman crashed, KSP crashed, and now it's time for me to crash. I am the Rodent Bull, and thanks everybody for coming out for the 1.0 career mode playthrough. We're going to be doing this regularly. I think from now on what we'll do is maybe we'll play a little bit of career mode for, say, the first hour of the live stream, maybe a little bit more, and then we'll play something else. Maybe some Prison Architect. We had a pretty good Prison Architect, a pretty hilarious Prison Architect we were building in one of the recent live streams. So we will do that in another live stream, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ronin Pawn. Thank you all for coming. I hope to see you next week, Sunday, right here, 9 p.m. BST, that's 4 p.m. Eastern, on the Ronin Pawn channel. I am the Ronin Pawn. Pawn out.
Rainbow lit by my window, rainbow singing at my door, and the Georgia pines and dandelions are bobbing in the careless summer breeze.